Ballard, it's Chubby, and you can listen for that roar. I'm brewing. Oh, and it was touch and go there for a while. I had to go and change my gas, or get a new gas bottle, because the last one was very weak. You could actually hear me speak normally at normal volumes. Now the roar is back. So, as you all would have seen just before this, I mashed in. I got my pre-boil volume, no problems. I checked my pre-boil gravity, and I got 1032 at 66 degrees Celsius. So, which works out to about 1052 pre-boil gravity. So, about 4 points off, but not too bad. So now, just waiting for my first hop to get to the boil, so I can have my first hop addition, which is about 50 grams of Fuggles, and then to sit back and chill for 40 minutes, because that's when the rest of the stuff gets added in. The last about 10 minutes of the boil. 50 minutes again. But yeah, I've got lots of cleaning to do. I'll try to do as much cleaning today, so tomorrow I can be chilled out. But it's looking good. Hold on, let me just show you a little something. Ooh. So here it is. Unfortunately, you can't really see this. You might be able to see that. Pretty good clarity. I do have lots of protein in my brews. I got to figure out how to filter out more. I did wall off 12 liters, but still. So I still need to work on that. I might try and get a small grain bag and try out Tiny's method. But cheers, guys. Nice and sweet. Nice dark chocolate malts that put in there. I think this might be really good. But we'll wait and see. But I'll get back to you in a bit. I'm going to see if we got a boil. Check you guys a bit later. Cheers. Sweet. So we're at a boil. Time to add in hops. Bungles. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh yeah. So those are in. I just need to tea bag in a little bit. Make sure they get all up and in there. Oh yes. Ooh. Hello, hello, hello. Bit of issues with the boil. She's going to bitch. Better turn this down a little bit actually. I'll put this back. Oh yeah, so I'm back. Boil, almost had a boil over, got it under control. So that's the 60-minute edition then. And I'm gonna have a little bit of beer. This beer. And this smells so good. This is my Eagle Double IPA or Imperial IPA, whichever one you look at it. But it's just out of the keg. It still needs to carbonate a little bit. You can see there's some nice little bubbles. It's looking good. Let's give it a taste. Oh, that's good. Sweet. You get a lot of the good Motueka hops coming through, the sweet hops. Tropical fruit. Goodness. I can't really get much hop character at the moment. It is way too cold. It's still at 2 degrees. I'm still trying to carb it up, but I'm gonna have to take it out so I can ferment the SJPorr beer. So having a bit of a sip while I can. It's good, but I'm gonna wait for this, get this cracking. I'm gonna get cleaning up, and I'll see you the next edition. Sweet, but 30-minute edition. This is about, I think, 20 grams of some more Fuggles. Let's get in there. Oh yeah. Boom. So another 15 minutes. We'll add the chiller. Then 5 more minutes after that, we'll be adding stuff. We'll be adding copper flock and yeast nutrients, and we'll be adding this. I know it looks like bollocks, but this is just a cup, 2 cups of sultanas that I'm gonna put in there for the last 10 minutes or so, and you got some of this. So that's some raw sugar. Hopefully that'll bring out some more of the rummy flavor coming through. So I don't have to use too much rum at the end, so I don't want to thin the body out too much. But enough jibber jabber. Let's get on to the next hop edition. The next edition. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Oh yeah. Like 10 minutes of the boil. Nutrients in here. Give that. Sorry about the shitty camera angle. Now we get to add 700 grams of raw. I'm going to add that. So I'm not going to record this because go down the bottom and caramelize chicken a bit. See you guys. Hey fellas, Chubby here, coming at you for a slightly cooler night tonight. It's going to be a whole 2 degrees. Ooh. I know it's not so cold as what you guys have had up there in the northern hemisphere, but pretty damn chilly for me right now. So unfortunately, I was having some battery issues on the brew day, so I didn't get a lot more footage than I had. But got my final gravity. I was aiming for 1066, and I got 1070, so I got 4 points over. So it's not too bad, it's pretty close. I think that's also down to adding the raw sugar and that boosted it up a little bit. But I have put it into the fermenter, or fermentation chamber. I pitched 2 Mangrove Jack's London Ale yeast, and it's going crazy. I'll show that to you in a minute. So brew day went pretty well. I still have to work on my efficiency a bit, try and figure out the best ways to do it. But yeah, it's pretty good. I took a wee sample, added the spice rum that I made to it, and gave it a wee sample. I think it might be a pretty good beer. I think so. Don't know if it's a winner, but it's gonna be damn good. So my fermentation schedule is I fermented it for a day and a half to 2 days at 17 degrees Celsius. I'm now going to push it up to 20 so I can really give the yeast a good old fashioned zhuzh up and let them finish off and clean up quite nicely. And yeah, that's basically it. Then I'm going to let it sit for another week, 2 weeks, and then I'm going to transfer it to secondary to help clear out a little bit more. And then it's bottling day. Oh yes, it's been a while since I've bottled. Looking forward to it. But that's my jibber jabber. You want to see the beer. Let me open it up. So I got a pretty good fermentation, but let me show you. The thing went nuts. Ooh, ugly face. So there it is, guys. Let me get out the light. And yeah, so it's fermenting. I don't know if you can see it from the side there, but there, well there you go. That's where the beer is. That's all Kreuzen. Well, that's all Kreuzen. So a pretty good fermentation happening there. So yeah, it's looking good. That smells good. Lots of CO2. One thing about using a chest freezer for your fermentation chamber is that all the CO2 gets pumped out of there, stays in the chamber, and makes another little CO2 barrier for any air getting in. So cool. So if you guys are making a chamber, think about that. It seals up nicely, so it keeps all that CO2 in there, and just keep out that many more infections if you get them. Not that you get them all, but I'm rambling. So I would like to thank you all for watching Homebrew Wednesday / SJPorr Brew Day / update. Putting a lot into this one, and hope you're having a good week. I look forward to watching your Homebrew Wednesdays. They've got some good stuff out there, and yeah, remember guys, keep it. Sorry, I just got back from work. Tell you, keep it epic, keep it metal. Drink beer. I've got no beer. But I do have some beer coming to me. Shout out to Zane Maxwell. I think Zane Maxwell. I'm very tired. But shout out to you, because he sent me a whole bunch of beers to try out to Tubino. So I have to go see Tubino's this weekend coming. So I've got a whole bunch of beers. Yes. For a poor man, getting told he's got some beers coming to me. That's pretty good. But enough of my jibber jabber. The beer is going. I'm gonna pump the temperature up a little bit so it's a bit warm. It's also gonna be pretty cold tonight, so that'll help. I've got a heat belt in there. And yeah, so remember, keep it epic, keep it metal, drink beer. Beer. Smooshies.